Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about functions. Okay. Now, functions are blocks of codes that run only when called. Instead of writing a very big program, we use functions and write small blocks of code that perform a task. Okay. Now, if I explain you how the functions will help you in reducing the errors, then it may confuse you. So let me just go ahead and write a function and then explain you the properties of it. Okay. Now here let me write a piece of code. I'll say printf, all right, and I'll say done. Okay, done. So when I run it, you can see I get done here. All right. Now let me write a function here. Let me write a function here. See, I'm writing it above this. I'm writing it above this. So I'll write void. Okay, I'll write void. What is this void? I'll explain probably in the next video. Do not worry about it right now. Okay, and then I will give my function a name. So this is the name of the function that I am creating. Okay, so it is up to you to give the name. Whatever name you want to give, you can give, but it has to be meaningful. Just like you give variable a name, you have to give the function a name, a descriptive name. All right. So here I am saying greet, and it should be followed by parenthesis. Okay, and then this. All right, and then this. See, void greet is my function, and then parenthesis, and inside this should be the codes that needs to be executed when we call this function. All right. So what I am doing here is I am creating a function, and this is the syntax for it. Okay. So here I'll say printf hello there. Okay, hello there. So now let me run this. Now when I run it, you can see I'm getting only this as result. Okay, only this is getting printed out. That is because we have not called this function. We have to call this function so as to execute this block. All right. So let us do that. Let me call the greet function here. To call the function, all you have to do is type in the name of the function along with parenthesis. Okay, along with parenthesis. So now when I run it, you can see I get hello there, which is result of this, and then done, which is result of this. So let me just add a new line character and get the result here. Okay. So now let me explain you how this works. When you run the C program, this is what executes first. All right. Not this. Even though this is above this, this main will be executed first. Okay, will be executed first. So when main gets executed, first what is encountered is greet function. So when greet function is encountered, it searches where greet function is. Greet function is here, and so this will be executed. So hello there will be printed, and after it is printed, control goes back to the next line after this function, which is this, and so done is printed. Okay, done is printed. Now let me cut this from here and paste it after this line. Now let me run it, and you can see I get done first. Let me add a new character, new line character. I get done first and then hello there. This is because when this program executes first, this is the first line that gets executed. So we get done. Then greet function is called, so the control goes to this line and this gets printed. After it gets printed, the control comes to the next line, which is nothing here, and so the program ends here. Okay, so this is a function which prints out hello there. Now you can call this function as many times as you want. Okay, once you create a function, you can call it as many times as you want. So I have called it 2 times, so I have to get hello there 2 times. If I have one more line which calls the function, I have to get 3 hello there. Okay, so this is how a function works. You create it once and you can use it as many number of times as you want. Okay, now here is the thing. Look at this and look at this. All right, here you can see void, here you can see int. Correct? Looks similar, but the two words are different. Here you can see greet, here you can see main, and then here you can see brackets, here you can see brackets, here you can see starting curly braces, ending curly braces, here also you can see starting braces, curly braces. So basically everything looks similar, correct? Well, in reality this is also a function. Okay, main is a function. When a C program runs, main function is executed first. Okay, no matter how many functions you have above this main function, the C program runs by running the main function first. So this is main function. Okay, this is main function, and this is what gets executed first. All right, inside the main function I have called one more function which I have created. It gets the result here. Okay, when I call the function, the result is output here. All right, so I hope it is clear. Let me not proceed further and explain and confuse you. Let me delete this. Okay, let me delete this. Let me delete this entirely. All right, now that is how you create a function. Now I want to create a function and pass data to it. Okay, now what you can do is you can create a function and pass data to the function. All right, now this greet is simple, very simple. It just says hello there, but in reality we want functions to perform various operations or calculations, and for calculating we need to pass data. That we can do. All right, so let us learn to do it first. So here let me say void. What is void? I'll tell you later, do not worry about it. Okay, void, and here let me give function a name. I'll say POS, positive or negative. Okay, POS or NEG, and then it should be followed by brackets. All right, and then inside curly braces we need to have the function itself. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to check if a number is positive or negative. So I will have if statement here. If num, okay, num is greater than 0, if num is greater than 0, then printf positive number. Okay, positive number. Else printf negative number. Okay, negative number. All right, so this is what I have created. This is a simple if statement which checks if a number is positive or negative. You know how to create it. Now what is this number? What is this number? It is something that we should send. Okay, it is something that we should send. So let me here call the function. Let me here call the function. Function is positive or negative, correct? So this is how we call the function. To call the function we use the function name along with brackets. Alright. And inside the brackets, we need to pass data. We need to pass data to the function. Now we want to check if a number is positive or negative, correct? So then we have to send a number. So let us send 6. Let us send 6. Now let me hit run button. And you can see I have an error. This is because, what is 6? 6 is a number. What kind of number is it? Is it a float or integer or character? It is an integer, correct? And where should the number 6 be stored? We have not defined anything. So that should be defined in the function. Okay. So here I will say int num. Int num. Okay. Now let me run it and then explain you how it works. Okay. So this has to be semicolon. Run and you can see positive number. Let me have 9 here and run it. I get positive number. Let me have minus 99 here and let me run it to get negative number. Okay. Now let me explain you how this works. When the C program runs, main function is what gets executed first. Okay. Inside the main function, we have nothing but this line. Here we have called the function, and while calling the function, we are passing this data to the function. What we are saying is, call the function positive or negative and pass this value to the function. The data that you pass to the function is called as an argument. Okay, some call it as parameter, some call it as argument. You can call it anything you want. Alright, it doesn't matter. Now, we are calling the function by passing 99, minus 99 to it. Here we are saying expect an integer value from function call. When we say int num, we are saying expect an integer value when the function is called, and whatever value that is sent, store it in num, store it in this variable. That is what we are saying. Okay, expect an integer value when a function is called, and whatever number the function sends you, the function call sends you, store it in this variable, and then check if the number is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, print positive number, else print negative number. That's all. Okay. So when this is called, the control goes to this line. Control goes to this line. Okay. So here num, inside num, this value is stored and it is checked if it is greater than 0 or not. Okay. Now I have called it once, I can call it again. Alright, I can call it again and I can pass different data. I will pass 5. Alright, I will pass 5, and you can see I get negative number and positive number. Let me add new line character. Alright, yeah, negative number, positive number. Negative number is the result of function call, which is this. Positive number is the result of the function call, which is this. Similarly, I can pass data as many number of times as I want. Alright, and get result. So negative, positive, positive. So each time the function is called, the data is passed and stored in num, and accordingly it is seen if it is greater than 0 or not, and then suitable sentence is printed out. First, 99 is stored in num. Second, 5 is stored in num. Third, 77 is stored in num, and this thing is calculated. Okay. So this is how you can create this function once and call it as many number of times as you want by passing different data. Alright. Yes. So let me delete this. and proceed further. Yeah. Now, we have passed one data to a function, correct? We can pass multiple data too. Let us do that. Let us create a function to add two numbers. All right. So I will create a function here. I will create a function void. All right, void. You can see int here. You can see void here. What is this void? I'll explain in the next video. Okay, void and the name for a function. I'll say add two numbers. Okay, add two numbers, and then you need brackets, and then inside this you need to write the codes of the function. Okay, now I will say printf the sum of, let me have num1, sorry, percentage d and percentage d is percentage d. Okay, and then let me have comma here. Now I'm going to call the this is not complete. I want to explain you by writing it here. Okay, let me call the function. I'll call add two numbers. Okay, I want to call add two numbers, and I want to add two numbers, which is 4 and 5. All right, I want to add these two numbers 4 and 5. So I'm sending 4 and 5. I'm calling this function and I'm sending 4 and 5 to the function. All right, 4 and 5 to the function. See, I have given, or I am sending two datas by separating them from using a comma. So you can send as many parameters or arguments as you want by separating them with a comma. Okay, now 4 that you send should be stored somewhere, correct? So let me say int num1. Okay, so 4 that you send gets stored in num1, and I'm saying num1 is integer. I'll put a comma here. Once again, you need to separate it from comma. 5 also needs to be stored somewhere, so I'll say int num2. Okay, int num2. So 4 will be stored in num1, 5 will be stored in num2. Now I need to print this out. The sum of percentage d and percentage d is percentage d. So what should be displayed here? Num1, correct? Num1. The sum of 4 num1 comma and percentage d, which is num1 and num2, is percentage d. What is the sum of this and this? We have to write the formula for that, or expression for that. Num1 plus num2. Alright. So let me run it. And you can see the sum of 4 and 5 is 9. So num1 value will be printed here. Num2 value will be printed here, or substituted here, whatever you want to call it. And sum of num1 and num2 will be printed here. Okay, so once you write the basic function, you can call as many times as you want by passing different data. I'll pass 9 and 17 now. Okay, 9 and 17 now. You can see I have to add a new line character. Yeah, I have to add a new line character. You can see the sum of 4 and 5 is 9, which is the result of this function call, and the sum of 9 and 17 is 26, which is the result of this function call. Okay, so as you can see, I have created function only once and I'm calling it 2 times. If you had not used function, then you should have written program to calculate sum of this and print it. You should have written a program to calculate sum of this and print it. Okay, which makes the program longer. Alright, so this is how we create a function to do the task that we want. Once you create a function, you can use it as many number of times as you want. Alright? Yes. So this is about creating a function. In the next video, we will learn about returning values from a function. Alright? So the function lesson is not done. It will be continued in the next video. Alright? But I want you to go ahead and practice the things that we have learned now. Alright? Because if you do not practice, then by the time you go to the next video, you would have forgotten everything that we have learnt in this video. Alright? Yes. So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.